Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Ferguson, and today we're going to be discussing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 9. The queens had to make looks referencing a Betsy Johnson collection and serve them on the runway. It was also the reading challenge today. So, let's get into it. So, the queens enter the workroom, and Acacia is gone. And we forgot about her. Acacia forgot. And Sam is on cloud nine because she is. Nobody can really bring her down. She won the Rusical, and so therefore she has like 0% chance of winning the actual season. Because the queens who have won the Rusical don't end up actually winning the season. That has never happened before. Yeah, because Georges and Chanel also did not end up winning the season last All Stars, and Plasma went home like 2 episodes later. Sam is on cloud nine. Susie like congratulates her, but you can kind of tell that she's kind of like. Arietta's like jabbing at her, which I wouldn't be doing if I was her because I would be very lucky to be safe. That was her. The queens re-enter the workroom the next day, and RuPaul says it is the reading challenge. The queens have to read each other. Susie 2 wins, sure. And I do think that Lexi's read to Corey was also funny, and Anya was also very funny. What I will say is that we need more reads from these queens, right? Like, come on now, we need more reads, because a lot of the workroom stuff could have been cut out if we got more of the reading challenge. RuPaul says since Susie won the reading challenge, she gets to pick her theme. He says that they're doing a Betsy Johnson like design challenge. So the themes are grunge flappers, prenup, and Betsy's prom. They have to give a look based off of one of those things, and then serve it on the runway. Great, we got the concept down. Susie, of course, picks punk grunge flappers like real fast. She then chooses Lydia, who chooses the exact same one. Then, instead of choosing Corey, chooses Lexi. I think it was because I don't think it was strategy. I just genuinely think that Lydia forgot Corey was in the competition. And once we get to the bottom two and elimination, I'll kind of explain my thoughts on the whole Corey and Lydia situation. It's nothing bad. I'm so glad that they're together in real life now, but I kind of want to say from a production standpoint what I think happened. Lexi chooses prenup. She chooses Arietti, I think, or Sam, who chooses prenup. Lana gets picked and chooses prom, and then Arietti picks prenup. So, and also Jules chooses punk grunge flappers. And then Anya and Corey have to go to prom because those are the only 2 spots left. So what's happening? So we get a lot of workroom design stuff. Lexi is crying because everybody knows kind of what they're doing, and Lexi does not know what she's gonna do. So she's freaking out. We get a walkthrough with Rue and Betsy, which is awesome. Betsy is great. I love her. She's 82 years old, and she doesn't look it. She looks a lot younger than that. Though I do have to say, I know it's her stylistic choice. Her hair kind of freaked me out the first time I saw it, just because I know it's the Betsy Johnson hair, but I was like, ooh, okay. I love Betsy Johnson, though. I love pink. No, but Betsy Johnson is great. I love her. She gave really good critique. And if LaRoche wasn't already, the fashion expert on the panel, I would love Betsy Johnson to be like a rotating guest judge. You notice how we keep on wanting people to be rotating guest judges? Like, G Officer Crumpkey, please give us good guest judges. or good actual judges. Betsy Johnson is a little bit though, like older and a lot more wiser, and I think that she could have given insight on a lot of these design challenges, on how she would do it, and a lot of it is throw more garbage on it and all that sort of stuff, but also Betsy has a point of view. She is chaos, but the chaos has a shape. It has a point of view. It has a reason to exist. And some of these outfits did not have a reason to exist. So let's get into it. Before we do, the workroom stuff happens. Jules is like, "Hey, why does my outfit look weird?" Lexi goes, "Well, it's two competing velvet pieces. It's on backwards." And so Jules is freaking out about that. Lexi basically chalks all of her like emotions and stuff up to her being on hormones, which is fine. But I also think that Lexi, okay, this is gonna sound weird and a little bit mean. Lexi knows that she's on TV, and she knows that she can get a lot of screen time by being like panicked, because her end product is really great. And I'm not saying that like her struggle wasn't real. I just think that a lot of what she was going through was played up a little bit more than what it was supposed to be, so that way it looked better on camera, if that makes sense. I mean, I might be reading too much into it, but obviously, it's worked. She's kind of been the focal point on two out of the three challenges, design challenges. And the only design challenge that she wasn't really the focal point of, though she kind of was the Monopulence one, where she made Hormona take off all of the stones on her dress. Y'all remember Hormona Lisa? She should still be here. I want her to win a All-Stars season. Back to the matter at hand, though. Let's get into the runways, because we really don't have a whole lot to talk about. I don't care a whole lot about the workroom stuff. In fact, since I watched it just recently, I kind of like fast forwarded it a little bit, because I was like, y'all, let's go. I don't, y'all, we've had time to get to know you. We've had time to do all that stuff. It's time to like. I really wish that they would have had to like do like a Betsy Johnson split contest, or a thing involving Betsy Johnson more, and they didn't. So there's that. But we get to the runway. So first up, let's talk. We're gonna do them in groups. Let's start with the grunge flappers, starting with Jules Sparkles. I love Jules's outfit here. She has like leopard print and this like pinkish purple velvety color, which is really beautiful. I didn't peep the shoes, but I'm sure the shoes matched what was going on with the dress. I liked her flapper hair. I think that the grunge elements were there, but it was very pretty and also upscaled grunge. Like you would see this on a runway in Paris, and it still look pretty compared to other outfits on this stage. This look is a cream. Jules has surprised me a lot, because she kind of wasn't. She was in the top two for the first episode, which I'm trying to think who else was in that episode that we all thought should have been in the top but wasn't. Lucky, which was contested because of Lucky, and I really do think that she did this did that challenge well, and then she's kind of just been coasting. So to see her get a win, well, spoiler alert, she wins, is monumental to her. Up next, let's talk about the butthole in the room, Lydia Butthole Collins. So the idea is here. The problem is that okay. She had a wig over this like bodysuit material. She looked like Uranium Man, and cut this part out. If you're gonna do this, then don't do the flapper hair. But you needed the flapper hair because then it wouldn't have been Punk Grunge Flapper. So what I'm saying is that there was a way that she could have done this to where it was better than it was. Like, the I really didn't have a place to settle, and I hate that face. She called it a face kini. It wasn't a face kini. Face kini goes on your face. This was just a like a superhero costume. Um, I think that she had a creative idea, but the execution was not necessarily the best. It's a crunch for me tonight. Next up, let's talk about Susie Toot. I hated the hair. Punk grunge flapper. She was not giving punk grunge or flapper. She was giving punk. And what I wanted from her is she can do 1920s well. Give me the 1920s hair. Where was the Susie Toot in this? It wasn't Betsy Johnson, and it also wasn't Susie Toot. It was a basic outfit. Um, I liked the mink on her shoulder. I liked the dress length, but then she had these knee high boots or stockings or whatever the fuck they were cut down the knee because you've stated, well, the flappers, they were showing their knees. Give me the knee then. Give me the knee. Show the knee. Show the knee. Like, for me, this is a crunch, and Susie was not the best tonight. Up next, let's talk about the prenup challenge. Starting with Sam Starr. This was Madonna. I mean, she looked like Madonna. She looked like a virgin Madonna. The problem, for me at least, was it was a bit too simple. I know that Sam can do better, and tonight was just not that. I did not enjoy Sam's look here. I think that she looks pretty. It's gonna be like a soft cream, but Sam could always improve. Up next, Arietti. I think that this look was fine. I love the shape of it. I like the hair. The white nose is back. Please stop. Thank you very much. We don't need it. But other than that, I think that she had a concept. She stuck to it. I just am not, like, I'm whelmed by her tonight. It's going to be a cream. She looked good. But top placement, I don't know. Up next, Lexi Love. This was amazing. I loved the outfit. I think that the punkish style of bride was great. I liked the rainbow hair. I thought I wouldn't, but I actually did. And I loved the veil. She looked like $1,000,000 tonight. It is a cream. Next up, let's talk about the prom. Lana Del Rey first. I loved this look. This look was very, very beautiful. I think that it was a bit simple, but there's nothing wrong with simple for a prom dress. It was beautiful, and I think that it was great. I didn't like the story. I think the story was a bit bullshit. I didn't go to my senior year prom because of COVID. I went to my junior year prom with a girl. She's happily married now. Hi. But other than that, I didn't COVID night knocked out my prom as well. I think that she looked really good. I think that this was the best of the three looks tonight that were presented in this category. Is going to be a cream. Up next, Anya Nerve. Oh, and before I get to her, because Lana has been just not as great in these design challenges, it does mean a lot to me that she's actually going for it. I don't think that she's Lux Noir ready, but she is Plasma ready. Plasma did a good job with the original ball challenge that she did. So, she's getting there. Next up, Anya Nerve. This look was okay. Would I have put it as safe? No, probably not. Well, I'll get to it. I loved the bow in the middle, the smaller bow. I think that if she had stuck the big bow, like they said, size them down as you go along or size them up as you go along. Though I don't think that would work very well. what it does is it hides the man's shoulders, but creates a waist, like like where the skirt stops. And then what you do is you put mini bows around the ends of the outfit, so that way it cinches your like it ties you up. It's like one of those drawstring bags you used to put like basketballs in. It has like the tiny hole that you can like. It has the rouging that is elastic and it shrinks it, but it looks a lot better than that. You get what I'm saying? That's how I would have fixed this look. I also wouldn't have done that hair. That hair looked chop.com. I would have done an updo or something like that, like something finger wave or something out of the face, because you got a lot going on right here. You don't want this to be like you need it up out of your face. There's a time for that hair, and well, no, there wasn't a time for that hair. That hair was awful, but there's a time for the short chopped thing, and tonight was not that night. This is going to be a crunch. And finally, Corey King. Oh God. So I'm not godding Corey as a person, but RuPaul told her, please change your silhouette. Betsy Johnson said, you might want to listen to RuPaul and change your silhouette. What did Corey do? Nothing. Nothing. What I liked about it, it looked like a prom dress. It looked the most prom dress out of all of them. The problem is, it looked like a prom that my mom would have gone to in the, 80s. She even had, the exact same hair my mom had back then. Which isn't a bad thing. But I think for Corey, looking like chocolate dip Dolly Parton was not the tea. Right? Or looking like a Bonnie Tyler knockoff was not the tea. What I would have, looking like an extra of from 16 Candles, not the tea. What I would have loved to have seen from her is also, you could see the side of her breastplate. I would have liked that to have been covered up more, so that way you didn't see the side boob, because on a normal girl or a trans woman or on a person with real breasts, it looks natural. But with a breastplate, you can kind of see the delineation near the armpits, and I don't think that that's necessarily what we're going for. I also think that adding more of a skirt at the bottom could have worked. However, if she was gonna go for this mini dress, then she needed maybe a cape or a jacket, something that she could throw off or hold on her shoulder. I like the hair with it if we're keeping the length. But maybe she needed something at the bottom, like a little mini pink ribbon around her thing with a little thing, or I don't know, something. Her makeup looked good. She looked fine. It's a crunch though because she didn't listen to the judges. So they did the little clapping thing, which I love. I love that they did that. But the bottom two, the judges' critiques are that Arietti, Lexi, and Jules are in the top. Lydia, Anya, and Corey are in the bottom. I'm gonna take one from each and place them in the bottom and top. Jules, Lexi, and Lana are gonna be the top three. Corey, Lydia, and Sam are gonna be the bottom three, and Arietti, Susie, and Anya are gonna be safe. Just for the gag. And the bottom two are gonna remain the same. Sam, for me tonight, just didn't do that great with the prenup challenge, so if it was one from each, she would have been the bottom one. Arietti did fine, though I really wouldn't have put her in the top. So if we're not doing one from each, Jules, Lexi, and no, Jules, Lexi, and Lana still would be top three for me at least. The Sam, Anya, and Sam, Anya, and Arietti would be safe, and then Susie would have been in the bottom over Anya, and she would place low. But that's just me. So the bottom two are the couple. Jules ends up winning, which makes Lexi upset because Lexi wanted a win, but she already has a win. Jules doesn't have one yet. I think that what is happening with Lexi is that she is not doing as well as she thought she would. I genuinely think that she's going to make top four. But she needs another challenge win, and I don't know when that's gonna be because next week's a roast, and I don't necessarily know if she's gonna get it up there. Um, the bottom two are Lydia and Corey, the couple, which I kind of agree with. I think that Anya's personality kind of saved her from the bottom three, from the bottom two, and Corey and Lydia had a storyline. They have to do "Kiss Me Deadly" by Lita Ford. I'd never heard this song until Friday, so sure. Um, it was a great song choice. It was a great song choice. I also love that they didn't do a top 40 hit. Betsy Johnson is in the room. We don't do a top 40 hit. Well, actually, no, we did one time with "I Want Love" by Jessie J. Why was that a song? That didn't even have a Wikipedia article before this. Like, sure, "Kiss Me Deadly" happens, and honestly, both of them did really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Though I do have to say, Lydia kind of outshined Corey a little bit, and the kiss at the oh my god. But like, you can't save them both because at this point, they're gonna save the double save for somebody who needs it. It's probably gonna be like top six, right? With like when Anya Nerve lands in the bottom eventually because she's gonna do bad in the challenge, and it's gonna be a Saphira moment, but then Anya's still gonna be fabulous. What I will say is that the bottom two were correct, and the person who went home, Corey King, was correct. I saw a tweet that said Corey came into Drag Race just to. I just burst out laughing. I get it. I get that. Like, she has been unserious the entire time. Which I think has kind of rubbed the competitors the wrong way because it's like, this point, like, come on, girl, get it together. She was never in the top for anything. So it was kind of over for her. But what I will say is, I think that Corey took the relationship, at least originally, more seriously than Lydia took it. Because this episode really showed that Lydia never really mentioned Corey a whole lot. Like, at all. It was only when, like, even when they landed in the bottom, she was just complaining that Anya should have been there before her. I don't know, but Corey's like, this is my boyfriend. I love him. I don't want to be in the bottom next to him. But it was kind of like she was focused on the competition. Now I'm glad that they are together. I love that they are together. But we have them. We have broken up the couple. And I don't think that Lydia is going to last very long in the competition anymore because of that. This is about where I thought that Corey would land, though I really wanted to see Arietti gone by now. God, I want to see Arietti gone. Arietti, to me, is great with the design challenges, but nothing else, if that makes sense. And the thing is that I like Arietti outside of this. I'm glad that she and Acacia are good. But girl, it is the Miss Fame syndrome. Miss Fame made top 7, so tick tick bitch, your time's coming. But girl, at this point, this is like, you can't do comedy. You can't do this. You can make a good outfit, but you can't do this. What can you do? You gotta get yourself a personality. That is why Crystal went home. She did not have a personality. Let's talk about, like, the challenge order a little bit, because I got time. Haha, 24 minutes. I think the challenge order has been very good. I think with season 16 and this, they have paced it very, very well. What I will say, though, is that Snatch Game came too early. I think that top 8 should have been a Snatch Game. Move the roast to top 7 or top 6. because and move something into the place of the top 11. Do an acting challenge. Do something with lots of where people can be safe, people can be low. Because Snatch Game matters. It really does. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. It matters a lot now. I think that where they put it on season 16 was good, but I still would have liked to have seen it bumped up a couple more, maybe. Give it to us later in the season. Make us yearn for it, because 11 queens doing Snatch Game was bullshit. I think that the design challenges have been really creative. I did not like the sea ball. I really, really don't like when a ball is that early in the competition. Give it to me at like top 9. You know, but I love design challenges. I really do. Even though I didn't originally, I love working with unconventional materials on the runway. You never know what you're gonna get. I love that we're kind of going back to that Drag Race standard of here's a design challenge first thing. I also don't know when we're getting a girl group challenge. I guess it's gonna be top 7, top 6. Why can't we have a girl group challenge now? Who knows? What else? What are y'all's thoughts? Let me know. What are my thoughts on this whole season 17 situation? Well, it's very clear, hi Marcy, that Anya is the judge's favorite. It is also very clear that Lexi is getting very far in the competition because she's the eldest. And also, Betsy Johnson would have been a gag for, say, an older queen like Raja. Love Raja. I think that Raja was on a season that she guest judged. Betsy Johnson for older queens, amazing. I don't know if these young queens really know who Betsy Johnson is, but they're like, it's an honor. It's an honor. I grew up with your work. It's an honor. And you're like, girl, fuck off. You're 23 at best, and you did not. I had never heard of Betsy Johnson until she walked in on All Star 7, and then I started following her, and I started looking up stuff, and she's grown on me. I love her. But like, again, knowing your references, knowing what you're doing. Snatch Game was horrible. And the knowing of your references really helps in this situation. So, am I glad that Jules won? Absolutely. Am I glad that did I think Lexi should have won? No. Lexi, to me, is almost there. It is clear that Sam, Anya, and Lexi are top 4. Definitely. Top 3, maybe, even. But I don't know about Jules and I don't know about Susie. I know that the other 3 are gone. They're Chop.com. I know that they're going to be gone. And you want to know why? Because they have very little personality. Lydia has a personality, but like we have yet to kind of see that. Whereas Anya, personality out the door. Jules, personality out the door. Susie, personality out the door. It is very clear that they came in with a concept and they came in with what they wanted to do. And that's why they're going to be top 4, like top 5. Who I want to see gone next? Arietti, but I know it's going to be Lydia. Followed by Arietti then. And then I guess Lana top 6. Though a double elimination of the 2 of them would be fine. It's not that I dislike any of them outside of Drag Race. But on Drag Race, there's something that they needed. They need to kind of be like personality, like they need to do more than what they're doing, and it's very clear that they have no concept of what Drag Race was before they signed up for this, and I'm just over these young queens. I mean, give me some young queens, that's great, but like when you have to like explain who Betsy Johnson is to somebody, or when all they can do is fashion, or they think their runway looks are going to get them very far, it's just boring. Who should be here? who should be here? Definitely not Joella. Joella is gone, and honestly, it's funny because Irene was the exact same way as Joella was, confident, too confident, to the point where I think that Irene overshot it. Joella overshot what she could do, and was in the bottom both episodes that she could have been in the bottom, and was bad. Acacia was just forgettable because she didn't speak up in the workroom. And prior to, say, Orion's story, these types of queens would have been eliminated first, like Dax and Layla, who weren't really speaking up in the workroom, or Sasha Bell, or Frisbee Jenkins now, who was also just kind of bad at Drag Race. Orion's story, it was also very bad. Calorie, and I'm not saying that these are bad queens now, but on the show they just froze. So to see Acacia get as far as she did kind of surprises me. Lana, to me at least, is riding on Lux's coattails, but like, how do I put that? How do I backpedal a bit? She's riding on her coattails as like, well, I'm Lux's daughter, but she's not doing what Lux did. Lux had oodles of personality. Hey Marcy, could you maybe not? Thank you. Lux was in everybody's business. She wanted to know the tea, and sometimes that got annoying. But hey, Lux made it to the top 4. Lana, to me, is just not doing that. So, who should be here instead of, say, Lana? Hormona. Hormona had a concept of what she wanted to do. I don't know why the judges didn't keep her, because she had what it took to make it farther than she did. I think that she would have done well on Snatch Game, and I also think that she would have done well on the Rusical. This challenge, maybe not, but at the same time, I think it was pre-planned that Corey and Lydia were going to be here. Hell, I think that Corey should be here more than Lana should, in the sense that she has oodles of personality. That being said, I also don't think that her personality was that, like that serious. And I think that that's what kind of ticked the judges off a bit and made her less of a person. But like, she had personality. She knew what her drag character was. So in the end, where does that leave us? I think that the top 5 are gonna be who I've mentioned: Jules, Susie, Lexi, Anya, and Sam. And I think the other 3 are gonna go in an order that is good. So who are you guys rooting for? Personally, I think that the top 2 of this season should be Anya and Sam. They have shown the most personality, the most growth, and also are just good at Drag Race. Whereas, don't get me wrong, I love Lexi, but I think in terms of how do I put this? Because I don't want to be like, I love Lexi. I think that she is a great contender for an All-Stars crown. I think that like Kylie, like Kylie, she would be a great contender for an All-Stars crown. I don't necessarily think that she is a great contender for this crown. But I could be wrong. She could change my mind in the next couple weeks, and I hope she does. As for Jules has a pretty face for All-Stars. It is very apparent that Jules isn't winning, but she's not going to go down without a fight. I think that her problems started after episode 1 and just continued until she finally got a win here. As for Susie, she's getting the Lucy LaDuca edit, right? I think that that is a wonderful edit to have because we remember Lucy LaDuca. But I don't necessarily think that that equals that she's going to win this season. If she does make top four, which I'm kind of rooting for her more than Jules, just because her style of drag is good to me. Jules is too. Don't get me wrong, but I know where Susie comes from more than I know what Jules's thing is. You know. Also, I mean, is Susie too? I love Susie too. She's just a bit too confident, and that's probably going to be her downfall. So I'm rooting for Anya and Sam. Lexi is like number three, maybe. I mean, she's just got to step it up. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Next week seems to be a roast challenge with Mistress, Candy, and Plain. So yeah, we'll see. All right, love you guys. Bye.